Vicious with the score, he could get it in. Mercy for the win!
Live from Amazon Game Studios, Orange County, you're watching Throwdown Thursday. Here we are in the Coliseum of Judgment. I'm Mr. Sill.
And I'm Berserker Mike.
We have a very special episode here. We gave a little bit of a sneak peek there, of a tease of a brand new warrior for Breakaway. Before we get to that, let's do some shout-outs there. We got RG Cashed Out. What's up, buddy? Welcome. You said your ears are ready. I know you're talking about the sound issues we had before. We got that all fixed, hopefully. So, yeah. No techno music. Mr. Earl Grey's watching. Noble, you're up, buddy. You're going to be playing momentarily, so hopefully stop watching and get ready to play. Shout out to Leah. How's it going? That's my daughter. She was upset that I did not give her a shout out last week, so I had to do that today.
Bad parenting.
I know, seriously. I came home and she ran out to me. She's like, "Daddy, Daddy," and she's like, "Why didn't you talk to me?"
Because we're so focused on today's action.
That's right. Good crossover. Let's give a shout out to our sponsor, Asus, the official monitor and system provider of Breakaway. Asus with the VG248QE. It's a 24-inch monitor, well known to the competitive scene in esports for its 144 Hz refresh rate with 1 millisecond response time. With this monitor, you won't miss out on the intense quality experience of Breakaway. And, of course, you got that G11 desktop. It sheds light on uncompromising performance. This powerful machine allows you to play Breakaway without sacrificing your gameplay experience and allowing you to stream in the best possible quality. So there you have it, folks. We've done the sponsor. I think we should introduce our special guest because right now the studio is a little bit empty because we are also doing another thing special, Mike. We are doing the first ever online match of Breakaway.
The third man in the booth still.
There he is in full glory, Graven, our new warrior. What can you tell us about this warrior, Mike?
He's a mercenary and a cutthroat. His scale armor is a warning. It says, hey, I've bested dragons, and I can surely best you. He's got this mythic deadly weapon called the Serpent's Fang. You can see this right here. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. It was forged in the blood and fire of a winged beast. And at least that's what he tells everybody, and he's ready to get it on in the arena.
All right, cool. We're getting shout-outs. People like the AR. They are a fan of the spooky tech. Shout out there to Paul Forrest pulling this off. We saw it. Maybe we saw it from something else. Could be called the International. And we're like, would it be cool to do it in our studio? And Paul took the challenge, and there you go. So maybe we will see some more spooky tech action in the future. When he's not coaching Breakaway, he likes to push that technological envelope.
I know. I like this broadcast. It just blocks Sill out.
I know, right? I got totally upstaged by Graven, but it's all right because he's pretty cool. The guy's got like a dragon on his shoulder.
That's right. Graven is a fighter class warrior, so he doesn't have the mobility of someone like Spartacus, but he can do a lot of damage to tanks. A lot of his abilities are about reducing armor and doing heavy damage based upon another opponent's overall health. So his ultimate also is a dot, so it leaves fire damage. So I can't wait to break into the game and we actually get to highlight some of these new abilities, which you get to play.
That's
tonight.
Right. You get to play it in the alpha. So following this broadcast, in fact, you start your download now. It's up. So you start downloading Breakaway right now. Hop on over to playbreakaway.com. If you are not already signed up to play the alpha, put in your Twitch ID. If you don't have one, you can create one right there from right there from playbreakaway.com. You can download the alpha, and then you can be well on your way to start playing some Breakaway after Throwdown Thursday. We talked about the matchup here today. Before we get to that, though, let's do a little bit of shout-outs here. Lots of people loving the AR. They are pretty stoked about it. They're saying Amazon pushing the technological
there he is again.
The barrier.
Making Sill look good.
Prisoner is saying good S Amazon Studios. Can't say that. It's a classy show, guys. We also got flipped up there. Shout out to Nicholas Infinite 1992. Tau Owl. Who else we got now? Chaology is watching, of course. We got Chinchilla Skater. Chinchilla a Skater. There you go. All right. We are going to introduce the players right now. We have two teams coming from all over the country. We got players from Massachusetts, New York, Virginia, California, Florida, and Georgia.
And New York still.
So we talked about it in the promo tease. Maybe you guys checked it out. We are doing a King of the Hill here in September. What way to bring in the back-to-school season by having a King of the Hill matchup for Breakaway. Last week, you guys saw Enix take on Team Firehorse. They defeated Firehorse, which means they are the current King of the Hill in the Coliseum of Judgment. So we are going to introduce Team Eanix. Kicking it off here is Empiric. since we do not have webcams because they are live from their lone locations, Empiric's in Massachusetts, we're going to cut right to their player picks. So, Mike, sorry, you get a pass on this week.
Woohoo!
Empiric is going with Alona.
Good pick. Heals are powerful. We've seen him play these type of characters before, so I think it's a solid pick.
All right, next up, we got the man himself. Bring out the con dogs, because it's Icon coming to you live from New York.
Glad to see that he actually went with a Rollins pick. He got singled out last time with the Jara pick by Firehorse, and it was the great coaching from Gutter Magic that made him change up the pick.
All right, next up, we have Trader from Virginia.
Trader, no surprise. Kyra expert, has been using Kyra a lot. Expect to see lots of damage from the back line.
Whoa, dude, the con dogs are lighting up the Twitch chat right now as we go to the fourth member of Team Enix, the cleanup, Chronic GG from California.
Chronic also seen some heals. Yeah. Galleon pick, another solid choice.
The dual healer approach.
That's right, and you get a little bit of that CC with his Atonement ability, which is a giant slap to the face that leaves you dazed so he can get away or set up some relic runs.
There you go. Now they will be facing their toughest opponent yet. This is Team Noble entering the ring. They have drafted some other players, perhaps may sound familiar to you. As we start kicking things off, we have number 1 spot of Team Noble is Young Blue Jay.
Young Blue Jay going with support. Gonna have some heals from the back. And always looking for scoring opportunities. Young Blue Jay is pretty versatile. I've seen him online playing a ton of different characters, but still a solid pick with Alona.
All right, number 2, we have Eternal coming to us from Florida. Hope you're okay there, buddy. And he is picking Graven.
That's a solid pick. Graven just melts characters.
Literally melts them.
With his piercing advance, like it's a 5-hit straight-ahead attack that lowers armor value with each hit. And then we got Smurf Pop. Totally expected. This guy, I saw him go like 40-0-1 with Kyra.
Yeah, he is 42-1.
42-1.
42-1. Come on, Mike. Don't discredit the power of Smurf Pop. He likes to pop off, and he likes to do some popping with the rifle of Kyra. And finally, number 4 spot here for Noble is 7.
I like the pick. I love the pick, actually. Thorgrim being a tank, throwing people out of the sides of the arena. A lot of mobility. There's going to be some relic running.
People are wondering why we're not showing face cams. Well, if you're just joining us, we are doing the first ever online match of Breakaway. People are playing from all over the country. We got Massachusetts, California, New York, Virginia, Florida, Georgia. I think, did I say Georgia? Whatever. Georgia. People all over the country. We are here in Orange County broadcasting this match. So it's the Wild West here. Anything goes. But we do have a third special guest here in the studio. If you haven't seen it, we have Graven has joined us into the arena. There he is. Look at Graven, our brand new warrior in the studio, completely upstaging me, but Mike doing a good job there of pointing at Graven in all of his glory.
All
right. So we are going to do a best-of-5 series here in our Throwdown Thursday. Game 1 will be on the Dreadshore, which is our brand new map that we unveiled about 3 weeks ago at Gamescom.
So we see a lot of attack damage being invested in by Team Noble. So Smurf Pop, Eternal, and Young Blue Jay, they have the Sword of Mars, which are Tier 1 buys. And we see armor coming on Noble 7. Also on the other side, we see both healers opting for more health to get their overall health up. And then the other 2 players also opting for attack damage.
All right, there are 3 ways to win here in Breakaway. If you don't know what Breakaway is, it is a 4 versus 4 team battle sport where 2 squads collide in intense competition. There are 3 ways, as I mentioned earlier, to win in this game. The first way is you take that relic. That is the glowing ball you see there, which just got picked up by a Thorgrim character, one of our tanky warriors. Now Trader has it as Kyra, and someone's caught in jail, but they are able to not escape, so they go down for momentarily. Every time you die, you do respawn. But let's go back to those 3 ways to win. The first way is you take that relic, you bring that into your opponent's base, you drop it in their portal. That's the primary way to score. Another way to win in Breakaway is you annihilate the other team. So you saw Galleon, which is the character in F6 at the top of your screen. You take him out, you take out all the other players on the red side, which is Team Eanix, before they can respawn. That's the second way to win. The third way to win we will talk about when time ticks down with 3 minutes to go here in round 1, game 1 of this best-of-5 series between Enix in red and Noble in blue.
That's right, and the Noble team has actually picked up the attack damage buff. It spawns in 30 seconds after match start. The health buff spawns in 15 seconds after that. And after that buff is expired, the next buff will respawn about 15 seconds after that. So you can get the same buff multiple times within a match. You just can't stack. You can get one of each, though.
Here we see Icon low on health. He's going to have to retreat. Can he get out in time? Looks like he made it this time around. We're noticing every time we do a new weekly alpha update, there are some tweaks that happen in the game. One of the tweaks you'll see today is that the Blessing of the Sun, which is the ultimate ability of Alona, who is the healer, has been a little bit modified, toned it down a little bit, a little less grass, make it a little bit more visually not as distracting as before. You'll notice some other tweaks as well. We'll call out as you see them. Now we're following the action right now. Look at that beautiful jump. We are seeing power happening from Graven right before our very eyes. That right there is the piercing advance.
That's right. Every hit actually reduces your armor value, and if you follow that up with Talon Strike, which lunges you forward and does heavy attack damage, also based off your total amount of health, you can start melting people, especially tanks. Graven has been called the anti-tank character, or the tank killer.
The tank killer. I thought he was a dragon killer.
He eats dragons and kills tanks.
There it is. All right, we are following Eternal right now, playing as Graven. We see him on the right side of your screen. He gets the relic right now. He passes it upfield to his friend Young 7, but you got to worry about the ballista, though. That is a powerful defensive structure put down by Kyra, which in this case would be Trader, I believe.
You know,
is it Trader? Yes, it
might
is
be
Trader.
That's a good trade. If you get, he almost got it down. Eternal had to back out, super low in health, and getting good heals right now by Young Blue Jay.
Yeah, you're seeing Young Blue Jay activate Radiance. That's the green tendril that leaves Alona, lands on another ally on her side, and we're seeing the gold there on the net worth on the bottom right of your screen. You can see the Young Blue Jay leading the pack right now, followed up by Smurf Pop. Then we switch over to Team Enix in red with Chronic and Icon. Noble then in the mix, and now we're seeing, again, that shift in real time as we're seeing Noble with control of the Relic midfield. We're down to 47 seconds left to go. We talked about 3 ways to win. Here comes number 3. As time goes to 0, wherever that Relic falls on the other side of that center line right now, the other team will win. So right now you're seeing Chronic doing a good job there, keeping the Relic in scoring position for his team. If you are in the blue side on Noble, you got to take that Relic across that line. 30 seconds left to go. Here comes Noble doing a good job. Noble 7. He's got that Relic. He's going to cross that line. There he is, and now he's in scoring position for his team. If they can keep it on this side with 20 seconds left to go. Here comes Chronic GG, throwing the Relic almost at midfield. Does get stopped, though. Nice atonement there from Chronic. And Young Blue Jay now with control of the Relic dumps it off to 7. 7 doing a good job there, disrupting, causing more distractions. 6 seconds, can Impera get it? Nice dumps off the Trader. Trader throws it.
Oh, intercepted!
Right at the line, can they get it? At the last second, I believe that it's gonna be a point for Noble. We will see momentarily as it switches over. My money's on Noble, and I am correct.
That is correct, sir. Ignore the bug that happened on the last screen. Noble was able to get that interception right at the midline and just barely push it over the edge. Fantastic job by Noble, collapsing and getting that pick.
Yeah, and a call out to Bilby90 asking about what the numbers are below the timer. That is in fact the Relic Shield, so a new feature that we added to the game about 3, maybe 4 weeks ago. So basically, when you pick up the Relic, you have a shield now, which increases every time there is a new round. So now the Relic Shield for each side is 120 points, and you'll see those goes down as you take hits.
That's right, and if you try to pick up the Relic and your shield meter is at 0, it will cause double damage on your character, and you'll get blown out into this huge animation, which, if you're next to the edge of arena, you could get wrung out, but here's a scoring attempt!
Oh, not gonna happen here! Chronic with the save, as that Relic gets dangerously close to their base. Chronic sees it, it's almost a creeping in, and he picks it up and takes it back to midfield. Icon now with control of the Relic. He brings it not quite back to midfield, but nice move there from Thorgrim using his ultimate ability. That is the Ragnarok, ladies and gentlemen.
That was a fantastic scoring attempt that we saw, Sil. They had to back out at the last minute. They tried their best to push it in, but the Relic meter got short, and they just had to back out because of all the other buildables.
The Relic basically right back to midfield. Chronic right now using Serenity. That is a defensive ability of Galleon, where he kneels down, he self-regenerates, and he has a shield in the front, but not the back. So you can easily flank Galleon when you see him kneeling down. Here comes Smurfpop on a breakaway. Does get stopped with the Starlight. That's the buildable of Galleon. It basically acts as a turret that deals more damage over time. And here it comes on a second attempt, but Chronic again! Dude, this guy's playing some butter beanie defense right now.
Fantastic. He's a ball hawk. He's just standing right in front of the portal and just looking to pick off any shot attempt from the outside. They need some coordination from Noble.
Yeah, 7 looks like he's got it. Now Eternal has it, dashes it in with the dunk from Graven. Showing that off. There's the pop-off from Graven. Look at this dunk action right now. Thorgrim has the Relic dump off there to Graven. Graven dunks it, puts that giant spear down, pounds the chest, and says, boom. We just got 2 points, boys.
With authority. And now we're starting to see our tier 4 items being bought by both teams, so all that gold is being heavily invested into armor and attack damage. From both sides, we also see a lot of health coming in on Empiric. They could start working on those 3rd item buys if they're not going to start investing heavy into those 2nd items.
Look at that. Everybody on Team Noble has heroic items. Smurf Pop 6 kills and 1 death.
Not surprising from Smurf Pop. We've seen it before with his Kyber play. He knows how to get those last hits.
Here comes Young Blue Jay with the relic momentarily, throws it upfield a little bit. We're seeing 7 doing some good damage now, just doing a little bit of disruption. You gotta worry about that healing shrine. Every warrior in Breakaway has those builds. We called out some of them, like the Ballista there. You got the healing shrine right in front of that. Now we're seeing Chronic GG with the relic, takes it back to midfield, where Young Jedi called him. Young Blue Jay has the relic, just waiting for it. And they're just fighting right around there. Good slide action there from Rollins. And we're seeing Chronic get in the mix there against 7. 7 forced to retreat, and it looks like Team Noble now is regrouping as Eanix is about to ready to strike on the right side.
So that's a really good placement of Kyra's buildable on the outside, giving some extra attack damage for anyone who's trying to pick up the relic. Noble taking some shots. Now, if you're carrying the relic and you're getting hit, you're going to get slowed down. It's optimal to pass in those situations.
Blue Jay with the relic, he's got a man upfield. It is Eternal. Can Eternal dunk it again? Eternal trying to pick it up, and yes, he does dunk it again. Eternal back-to-back scores and does it with style each time, Mike.
And Noble takes game 1. Territory win and 2 scores. Those 2 decisive dunks by our man Graven being played by Eternal.
Yeah, we need some more condogs out here for Enix. They need to get some condogs, get some energy, come back to life here. That is a 3-0 right now as we load up game 2. The Young Blue Jay gets the MVP with the healing. We can see right now momentarily as the stats come in, I think we're going to see some really good kills to death ratio from Smurf Pop. There it is, 8-1-1.
To be expected. He also led everyone in damage dealt, and you could see from his tier 4 buys, especially in attack damage, that early on, getting that kind of advantage. In addition to that, whoa, what's up, Graven?
Hey!
Hey, they also secured buffs. So I counted at least a couple buffs that were secured by Team Noble, which also led to more damage and more health.
Yeah, they did a good job. I saw double buffs getting taken. They took both the red buff, which is damage, the green buff, which is team health. So really good job there.
So we already talked about the health buff and the damage buff. So those spawn into the map 30 seconds after map start. First buff starts at 30 seconds in. Second buff will spawn in 15 seconds after that. Now the buff, I believe, lasts between 30 to 45 seconds. And then after the buff expires for the team, then it will respawn back in position and the teams can fight over it again. That's so during those longer matches where territory is coming into effect or there's more deaths, which cause longer respawn timers, those secondary objectives become critical. Those can sway the tide. If the other team is actually has an equipment or gold advantage, those buffs can be part of the story of you making a comeback.
Now, one thing that we don't have right now in this matchup is we don't have coaches. We decided to not allow coaches here for this test because, you know, doing enough things at once. Maybe we add coaches next time. But, Mike, you are now going to be the de facto coach for each team. So you're going to put on your Enix hat. You just got 3-0'd. And they dominated on the Dreadshore last week against Firehorse. So what are you telling your team? Pretend you're Gutter Magic right now. What are you going to tell your team?
Take a breath. Let's think about what just happened during those previous 3 rounds. We got beat out on every single buff, so they had an advantage there. When they were doing their pushes, we collapsed, but then we didn't move as a unit. We didn't open up passing lanes. And we saw there was more diversity on Team Noble. They didn't roll a dual healer comp. They had a tank. They had someone who could absorb a lot of damage, and then they have to be very wary of Smurf Pop because his Kyra play is outstanding. They might need to focus him and make sure that his damage is not going to be the story of this next match.
All right, very good, man. And there he is, AR Graven. Let's do a little bit shout-outs. Tell us where you're from when you ask for your shout-outs so we can see how regional and how global are we here in Breakaway. So looks like we got, who is this? Don Juan Delanuche. Chat is spicy today. And what else we got here? We got Thrill House. Thrill House always watches.
I love Thrill House.
Carlos, good man. All right, we're going to load up game 2. We will give you your shout-out. Don't worry. They'll call them out to us as we are calling the game. And we are on Atala Prime, ladies and gentlemen.
So we do see Icon switching off Rollins and now selecting Graven. So that's the biggest story now. And then Empiric this time opted for attack damage. Now attack damage on Alona actually scales her healing abilities.
You saw momentarily at the center of the map where the relic falls. That was the buildable for Graven known as the Dragon Spire. We will call it out again as we see it. But as that happens, though, Mike, tell us a little bit about that buildable.
So what the Dragon Spire does is an interrupt. So no matter what animation that you're in, it causes a reaction. So it allows you to sneak in other attacks. The buildable doesn't have the most health, but it does aid you when you're fighting in these big team fights or a one-on-one situation.
All right, Cairo saying hi, Dad. Cool. I didn't know his dad was a Breakaway fan, but that's awesome, man. There are no age restrictions here on Throwdown Thursday and Breakaway. Here we see Eternal, who is playing as Graven. We look at the team comps changed a little bit. We see Eanix now trying Graven out for a test drive. As Noble has the Relic, loses it to the Galleon player known as the Chronic GG.
And you know what? Eanix might have thought that there was a problem with that tank. They had a problem with 7 over there being able to soak up so much damage, and that could have been the change for Icon to go with Graven.
Alrighty. Looks like it was Kyrio. Read it wrong. My bad. All right. It's hard to read. It's hard to do 5 things at once here, but that's okay. Because we got action happening with Eternal right there midfield. We see the Relic going over to Icon. Looks like, was that Chronic? Looks like they're together. That was Icon. And now we're seeing Chronic with the Relic. Picks it up for his team, going up left side now. Throws it back to midfield. This is game 2 of a best-of-5 series. First game went to Team Noble in a 3-0 victory over Enix. This is, again, a best-of-5 series. Relic now going up the elevator here on Tala Prime. And the action looks like everyone's just fighting in the distance as we're just kind of watching this Relic. It's kind of hypnotic, Mike.
Well, it looks like 7 wants to freeze the action. Check out Smurf Pop's portrait. Look at Kyra on fire. That means he's had at least 3 kills without any deaths. This seems to be like a constant thing we're talking about with Smurf Pop. He's super devastating. Enix has to find a way to affect him, get him out of his game.
Alrighty. Let's see what's going on right now. Action happening right around midfield. We're seeing Chronic with the Relic. He likes to take that Relic. We've seen it multiple times here this round, and it looks like they just can't get across midfield. Enix doing a decent job of defense, but Noble really doing a good job pushing that Relic back and just staying in the action. Here we see Eternal right now with the Relic. Dump off there to Young Blue Jay, who throws it in for 3. He shoots. He scores.
Man, what a nose. And we're seeing a lot of shots from the outside. They have no problem taking these attempts on the goal, no matter where they are. Smart play, and now they got a one-round lead.
It would look that way.
Yeah, item buys coming in, so we're starting to see Tier 3 already going in round 2. Tier 3 item buys from 7, Eternal, Smurf Pop, and Young Blue Jay. Attack damage, armor, health are all representing. And over here on the Enix side, we do have Tier 3 health, Tier 3 attack damage on Trader. Icon, really interesting build. He's opted for more health. He feels like he's getting focused.
Well, he is the new character. He's the new hotness, Mike. He's in the studio, too. How's he in the studio and in the game? On both sides, nonetheless.
It's amazing technology.
It's amazing, man. How these games work, it's unbelievable. All right, we see a healing shrine getting placed right before us from Young Blue Jay. The healing shrine is the buildable of Alona. All you got to do if you are on her side is just stand in the circle of healing, and you will gain some health. If you are on the blue side, you see good job there on Noble, taking out the healing shrine of Enix on red. Look at the net worth. Young Blue Jay dominating the charts there. 4,500 gold. All of Noble, actually, is in the number 1 to 4 position there. They're owning the gold race. Here comes Noble 7 on a run. Throws the Relic, caught up by Chronic. Again, doing a good job sliding down. It's worth noting that Atala Prime much more of a rusher's paradise than the other maps we have here in Breakaway, which is why you're able to see if you can time it right using the slide function. That's the left shift button. You can do a good job of gaining extra momentum.
Absolutely correct, Sil. Both of the portals are closer together than they are on Shrine.
Ooh, did you see that? Trader took out Smurf Pop in a battle of the Kyras.
That's very rare. We don't see that often. Smurf Pop's going to be mad.
Yeah, he ain't going to be too happy. It'll be interesting to see if this battle continues. Does he focus on F7 on the top right of your screen, which is the portrait of Kyra Traitor on Team Enix?
Now, what I'd like to see that we actually saw a lot of in Breakaway Season 3 was 2v2 pairings to advance the Relic. We're seeing a lot of solo pushes, and we need to start seeing the dynamics between the team. That's so they can support each other. So, no, see, that's what I'm talking about. Great passing. Another pass!
Triple pass into a dunk!
It's like they heard me, Sil. That was a series of like 3 passes for an epic dunk. Fantastic job by Noble, who's really adapting to this meta.
Somehow they advanced into the future, regardless of the 30-second Twitch delay. They heard your advice. We said that you were a coach, Mike, but you're supposed to be coaching Enix, not Noble. What's going on with that?
I can only preach to those who will listen.
You can lead a horse to water.
Can't make him drink it.
Can't make him drink it.
Trader, the only one on Enix who actually has a tier 4 item, and he has attack damage. That's part of the reason why he was able to take out Smurf Pop. Smurf Pop a little bit behind, but he's getting very close to getting that tier 4 item behind his attack damage. And that spear that you see that's in green, that's Armor Pen. He's opted to go Armor Pen to negate any armor that Chronic has been putting on.
All right. We are seeing both teams right around midfield. You see the Relic right there getting picked up by Noble. Noble 7, I should say. 7 has control of the Relic running up left side. That's the Dragon Spire we talked about. That's the buildable that's getting destroyed right there by Young Blue Jay. And now, good back toss there by Noble 7 against Icon. Icon very low on health. He's forced to retreat. We're seeing 7 jumping in the mix. 7's everywhere, man. This guy is a fighting machine.
That's right. Now he's looking for his team. He's looking for passing options. Relic shield super low. They're going to need to let that recharge. Young Blue Jay not afraid, but oh man, Smurf Pop took
nice
double damage.
There. And there's that piercing advanced attack you talked about earlier, Mike. Good job on Icon using it to its full abilities. He's forced to go back though to gain some health because he was low at the time. And you had Trader down. They were out 3 to 4. But somehow they were able to get some good defense there. Here comes Noble on another attack run. Noble 7 with control of the Relic. Dump off to Eternal, but Eternal gets flipped backwards. That was sick.
You got to wait for that Relic shield. That meter needs to be up or you're going to take some serious damage and get knocked right out of the way.
Here comes Chronic now. Chronic trying to get on a breakaway. He's got to escape Blue Jay. Blue Jay picks it up, though, and brings the Relic all the way back. And now Noble 7 has control again. Noble 7 seems like he's the point guard of the team.
He's doing a fantastic job just having a nose for where the Relic is, constantly pressuring and advancing the Relic. Look, it's causing the back pedal right now from Enix. Look at how much damage Chronic took, and he's out.
Yeah, nice move there. Here it comes. Noble with it. Does get stopped, though, right before he can do the dunk animation. Back pass again. Beautiful passing there from Noble. Look at this second attempt. Let's watch the replay on this one.
The smart passing, even with the Relic shield at 0, it was all about getting it to the guy who's right on the line, who can punch it in. And fantastic job again, and we could be smelling a sweep here, Sil.
Yeah, that was some impressive moves there from Smurf Pop. Nice dump off there.
Their loss was foretold.
Oh, the commissioner. The commissioner called in,
Whoa.
Sil. What am I hearing?
We just heard from Commissioner Chark. He is saying that this match is actually going to be, you guessed it, a best of 7.
Oh my goodness, we'll have a voice after this, Sil.
Best of 7 happening right now. We thought it was a best of 5 game. We're changing things up here since it is an online match, and we haven't done that before. We're testing out the tech. We're going to do best of 7.
A fantastic job by Noble. Up 2 games.
Let's do some shout-outs here. We had Butta Jam back in the action. Thanks for watching again. We've got Ivia Amazing. Sorry, if I don't get the name right, I apologize. It's hard. It's small on the screen. We see FP Master Sora 42. You're back, man. Thanks for watching again. We got Bones 237. Any relation to Bones here in the studio?
That is Bones, the coach.
That is the Bones himself.
The terror, the man that created half of the meta that you're playing.
And half of the reasons why we have the Relic Shield and other things to prevent Bones.
That is very true. Bones is very good.
We got Don Juan Delanucci. Talked about him earlier. Parrot 351. Thanks for watching Breakaway. Kalo's in the heel. FP Mots, you're back in action here. We got Demitch NYC. Just call me Bow's in the play. Where's Bow? There he is. Hi, Bow.
He's all smiles.
He's all smiles in the back there. Ooh, Icon gonna switch over to Thorgrim. What do you think about that?
I think it's that's a smart play. I hope they have enough damage dealing, but they definitely needed a tank because the amount of damage output that was coming from Noble, their healers couldn't protect everybody because you get someone like Smurf Pop, who's an ace. He's very good at his character. Plus, they typically were securing all the damage buffs.
Dude, hold on. We got the man himself. We got Blam!
Blam!
Bam!
Blam!
Watching us here on Throwdown Thursday. Here we go. Game 3. Again, best of 7. Hot off the press. we are going into Game 3. This will be on the Shrine of Oros map. Do we see the Oros slide? Potentially. Potentially.
We do. You got to be careful. Remember, you get slowed down if you're taking hits. So even though you don't take damage when carrying that relic,
hey, dude,
with
your
that shield,
boy Prof is watching his brother perform here on Throwdown Thursday.
he better be cheering for him.
Of course he's cheering for him.
He's doing a fantastic job. So Young Blue Jay, he's opting for attack damage. That's what's going to scale his healing up. They're thinking maybe there's going to be longer encounters now that Icon has switched to Thorgrim.
All right, that's Skyfall. You saw it there momentarily. That's when Galleon jumps up in the air. Here comes Noble 7 doing the Oros. Oh, throws it over the wall. Nice move there. You saw Eanix there put the wall there to stop the Oros slide, but it's not enough for Noble 7. He's going to throw the relic over the wall. Yeah,
the Enix backline, they're trying to let the bigs push. Hopefully they don't let him push too far ahead where he's just going to get focused. Noble 7 is everywhere, man. He's on top of that relic.
Yeah, dude, this guy, he's a tour de force.
Like he's by himself trying to go for a breakaway. He ran out of shield, so he needs to try to stop the run himself, which he does a very effective job at.
Yeah, Trader doing a good job there, bringing the relic back to midfield. Chronic picks it up, but quickly that shield deflates. He's out of gas. Noble 7 again has the relic, gets intercepted though by Icon. Condog himself brings the relic to midfield where it sits there due to the melee that is happening there. But 7 back in action now. This is his attempt number, I think, 3 today in this round. This is Game 3, round 1 of a best-of-7 series. There are 3 ways to win in Breakaway since we're talking about 3s. First way is you take the relic. That is the gold ball that is in control right now from Chronic GG. You bring that over your opponent's base, drop it in the portal, and you will get the first way to win here in Breakaway. Second way to score is you annihilate the other team before they can respawn. And that third way is a territory way where you keep the relic on your opponent's side of the map when time goes to 0.
Now, as you can see as this action plays out, this is, oh, what a jump, Noble!
Thorgrims can jump, Mike!
He can. Now, it's harder to collapse on this map unless you're utilizing those ziggurats. You do move slower with the relic. If Noble had somebody sliding with him, there could have been a great scoring opportunity on that play.
I had no idea you could do that. Did you know you could do that?
I knew you could do that, but it's fantastic to see, to just jump right over that wall.
Did you actually know, or did you just say that you knew?
No, I know. We've seen it in a couple broadcasts.
Really?
I've seen it in a couple broadcasts.
All right. All right, Relic in the midfield situation. 1 minute, 40 seconds left to go. Again, this is Game 3, Round 1. The first 2 rounds went to Noble in blue. Enix in red needs to pick up the pace here. Good dump off
pass.
here. Empiric shoots it from downtown. And as it called, Enix is on the board right now. They are back. They are back to life. They are ready to play, and they want to get this game.
And that's what we needed to see. Look at 7 was out of the picture. He was just respawning in. They had enough space to get that pass and that shot from the outside for that quick strike. A must-needed score from the Enix team.
We're seeing some Enix emotes come out in the chat, along with the con dogs and the purple OK sign.
They're doing okay. So we're seeing Tier 3 items being bought by the Enix team, and Icon opting to buy 3 items. He actually got movement speed on his tank.
Yeah, that's, he's trying to compensate, man, because you know what? 7 is all over the board. You got to keep up. Yeah, so do what you can.
You want to chase people down? Boots, that's a pretty good buy.
Absolutely. All right, we are following Empiric right now. He had the relic, but the shield popped, forced to throw the relic, brings it back to midfield, and you're seeing both teams play pretty defensively right now.
Yeah, it might have been a little bit of a system shock to Noble. They were doing everything so well, and then we started to see basically counter plays from Enix that mirrored their own.
We saw Drago bleed there, Mike. This could be the turn. As you look at the net worth, look at that. All of Team Enix in red, they are dominating the net worth chart right now, with Empiric leading King of the Kill, King of the Hill, and the money. He is diving into Scrooge McDuck's piggy bank there with 3,575 gold. And there we are seeing 2 minutes and 56 seconds on the clock here. Round 2, Game 3. Smurf Pop in the back line. Can he take out Icon?
They got really close, but they had really good sustain because the heals that were coming from Young Blue Jay. And Young Blue Jay was investing in attack damage, which actually increases the amount that she heals.
All right, a nice move there from Icon, hiding back behind the healing shrine. That's a good forward base. It's always good when you play on Shrine of Oros to put the healing shrines in that little corner area where you, not quite where Noble has it. Those are a little too exposed, but if you turn it around and we show you where Team Enix is. It's right hidden in that wall there on the left side of your screen. That's a great place for it because you just go back there, you have some natural defense there with the cover of the environment itself. So now we're seeing action happening on the left side of the map there. Trader, it has the relic. He's going to use the sliding mechanic there to gain some momentum. Throws it right by the healing shrine of Noble. That's not the best place there. So they're going to have to take out that build wall. They're able to do that. Here we see Empiric right now with Chronic and Icon taking out the other healing shrine. Remember, we talked about them being exposed. That's definitely working against them right now. As we're seeing the relic there, waiting to get picked up by Noble 7. Noble 7 takes the relic, waiting for his team to get in position. He's got 5 seconds left for his friend Smurf Pop to come into play. What's up, your boy Prof? Talk to your bro. How's he dying here? He's not supposed to die.
Well, it looks like Trader has actually been outplaying Smurf Pop in this match.
Whoa,
look at, he's
words.
on fire. I know it's fighting words, but he's on fire right now. He's the one who's had more kills than deaths.
All right, well, remember, you got those 3 ways to win. First way is take that relic, bring it into your opponent's space to score. Second way is you wipe out the opposing team before they can respawn. And that third way is you play the clock. We are down to 1 minute and 10 seconds. As that clock goes under a minute, you will see a center line appear in the map. If the relic is on your opponent's side when time expires, you will get the third way to win and a point on your side. There's that center line we talked about. Right now, the relic is in scoring position for Team Noble in blue. And now you're seeing Empiric do a good job there with Chronic taking that relic across the line where it's a scoring position now for Team Enix if time expires.
And Noble just secured the health buff. Red buff is now back into effect. That has worn off for Team Enix, so they're not going to have as much damage output as they had in the previous minute.
Here comes Noble 7 doing a good job throwing the relic, but Empiric's right there to take it. But look at that, Noble just catches the relic and brings it back to midfield. Now we're playing just a game of ping pong right now. 25 seconds left to go. Icon throws that relic across midfield, and now Chronic's able to pick it up, take it just a little bit further, but here comes Smurf Pop. He's got that relic. He tries to dump it off, does get intercepted, though, by Icon, doing a good job there. 13 seconds left to go. Here comes the relic. Can it cross the line? Noble 7 does get a good job there with Eternal's help. Crosses that center line. 6 seconds on the clock. Young Blue Jay using the relic dash.
Ooh.
Gets intercepted by Icon, and the Condogs have done it. They are back in action. 1-2 to 0 right now. Look at this. Action happening on Atala Prime. This could be the map and the turn of momentum here for Enix.
Much needed turn of momentum, and man, what a wall they presented at that midline. They were able to get those clutch interceptions right there. Unfortunate, both teams had 0 shield meter, so if you were picking it up, you were risking a ton of damage. But you know what? That's what you got to do when there's only 10 seconds left.
Look at that, 8-1 and 21 on the kill death assist score for Enix in this map.
Doing a fantastic job, and Shrine of Aros is a big team fight oriented map.
We are seeing the relic getting picked up there by Chronic. Chronic just dumps it and drops it right there at midfield, picks it up again. Looks like they're waiting for that relic shield. Remember, the relic shield is the number you see underneath the timer, and right now, since we are in round 3, the relic shield has 140 points. Every round, that relic shield goes up 20 points. So if they get to the next round, it's going to be 160 and so on and so forth. Here we see Empiric has that relic in very dangerous situation on his own side. He's got to get that out of there. But look at the defenses. Look at all those red X's. Every X you see on the map there on the right side of your field, on the right side of your screen, I should say, that is a buildable. We saw just a glimpse right there. There were 3 ballistas
we could see a
back
team
to back.
wipe here. Noble is so low. Look at Young Blue Jay had to just back off of everything and allowing Enix to get a buff for free.
And look at the gold differential there. Remember, all 4 members of Team Enix in red, they are topping the leaderboard there for gold. You see the net worth at the bottom right of your screen there, 26,000 to 19,000. Definitely favoring Enix, which means they can buy more items. Nice toss there, but nope, not quite. It's going to go back on attempt number 2. 7's able to do it, but not before Chronic can pick it up. And Enix, with the dump off there, brings it basically back to midfield. That's a nice shot there of Chronic using the Skyfall. That's the ultimate ability of Galleon, where he jumps up in the air and slams down.
This is going to be tough for Noble because they overcommitted early on. It gave the advantage when it was a 4v1 power play for Enix. Look at, they have both buffs for at least another. Look, one just went away, but they still have the health buff.
Oh, look at that. Dude, the Graven F3, he's out for 15 seconds. That's going to be costly. That means he's died a lot. Every time you die in this game, your respawn timer per round increases. So first off, I think it's like 5 seconds, then it goes up over time. He's died 15 seconds worth of respawn. That's going to be costly because last game went to territory. If it goes again and they take out that Graven character again, F3, that's gonna hurt Team Noble.
it feels like they kind of reverted to this jump and pass it forward style of play. Unlike the previous maps where they had a lot of good passing synergy, if they can open those lanes back up, which it looks like they were trying to do, but the ball got blocked by, looks like Icon.
Yeah, and Icon doing a good job there throwing it, but it did get blocked by his own wall, so that's unfortunate. The Relic just couldn't carry it past. Now we're seeing a battle of the tanks between Icon and Noble. Noble 7 doing a good job there, activating his Ragnarok. That's when Thorgrim jumps up in the air and slams it down, brings that little AoE ice blast, if you will. And the Relic still remains right around midfield with Chronic. GG with control of the Relic momentarily. You're seeing Chronic now back up. He's using Serenity. That is a self-heal. That's the defensive ability of Galleon, which is our secondary healing warrior that we announced it and we showed at Gamescom as well. Here we go, under 1 minute to go. Graven now out, F3, he's out for 24 seconds. That's gonna be costly.
That's very costly because the match could be over before then. Look at the amount of damage that's being put out by both teams. And I feel that now Icon is built pretty tanky.
Ooh.
He's just bullying the back line. But
Smurf Pop goes down. Did you see that? Skyfall into Smurf Pop takes him out. He's out for 12 seconds. This is a double power play situation. Now we're seeing Eternal come back. He's going to get hit one more time. He ain't going to be back before the round's over. Now it's 3 seconds left to go. You're going to see Smurf Pop come back in action right now. And there is Chronic just trying to get the Relic out to the outside just to burn out more and more of the clock. Here comes Eternal. He's going to run with the Relic dangerous because he is on a very high respawn timer if he goes down. 14 seconds left to go. Young Blue Jay had the Relic shield very low on Team Noble. Relic shield expires. Now you're seeing Chronic with it. 8 seconds left to go. Here we go. Eternal throws the Relic. And Chronic, can he get it? No, they're going to get stopped. Maybe 1 second. Can he throw it? No, they cannot. Noble stays alive.
What a push by Noble. You know what? I had a sense that Enix was just trying to play the territory win for that last like 20 seconds. They didn't want to make a push, and it cost them because they got burnt down. All their players were super low on health, and that gave Noble the opportunity to get that final push.
Yeah, that was some nice moves there from Noble. Good thinking at the last second, and just bad placement there on Eanix. They just were in the wrong place at the wrong time. Didn't have enough time to clench down on that Relic and throw it back across midfield.
Yeah, did you see those multiple legendary items for Empiric?
Yeah,
Health and attack damage. Woo! Gonna be tough to kill that girl. She's got the mobility plus all that healing scales with that attack damage. It's gonna be rough. But if you can secure a buff and keep moving that Relic forward, you got a chance. It's going to take some coordination, though. I'd like to see some more of the 2v2s and the passes that we talked about during the last match that they executed so well. But look at that defense. Smurf Pop needs to do something about those ballistas.
Yeah, we talked about the buildables. I mean, look at that. You got multiple Starlights, which are the Galleon buildables. You got 3 of them right there. 2 ballistas. You got a healing shrine. I mean, they are so camped. That I don't know, man. I don't know if they're going to be able to pull off a Relic score here. They might have to just take it to team fights or down to territory. Like
or they need to do slow pushes. So look at on both sides. Look at all those X's. Those are all buildables. They will stack. You will continue to build them one each round, and if they're not destroyed, they persist from round to round. So that's some pretty strong defense from both teams.
So there's actually a good shot there. You see 2 Dragon Spires next to each other, then a Ballista, then another Dragon Spire. Talk a little bit about the Dragon Spire again for those just joining us, Mike.
So the Dragon Spire, if you're within its radius for X number of seconds, it basically blasts you with a fireball that stuns you on hit. So it's a good interrupt. It can cause, obviously, shield damage if you're trying to Relic run it in, but it'll interrupt when someone's trying to do something to you. So it's a really good buildable to fight around and give you a tactical advantage.
All right, that was the ultimate ability there of Trader, just shooting it out there to scare away Team Noble. They have backed it up. Noble playing very defensively right now. Very uncharacteristic from what we've seen earlier today.
Well, it's understandable because they allowed themselves to die too much on those earlier rounds during those pushes. They fed gold to Enix, and that's why you're seeing, like, look how much. Look at that gold lead right now. It's
Trader,
insane.
10,000 gold, and we're only in round 4.
Yeah, and so that means a ton of attack damage from Trader, and more than likely armor penetration, which is really dire to 7 because that means he can't bully people like he did in the previous rounds.
All right, Relic is basically at midfield. Everyone's fighting over on the left side of the map. Here comes Chronic back into the middle. He's going to basically use Serenity there to charge up his health. You're seeing there, that is the new Blessing of the Sun we talked about. Just toned down a little bit just in terms of the visuals, just so you don't see the big green grass popping up and distracting players. Some feedback we got earlier. Here we're seeing Smurf Pop there, right side of your screen. He activates his Ocean Fury. That's the ultimate ability of Kyra. We're seeing there a nice job there from Noble doing the Ragnarok. That is the jump up in the air, land down, and smash. And Icon there taking out 2 members there of Noble. Took out Eternal, and he took out Smurf Pop.
He is so tanky right now. Look at all the pips on his health bar. It is so hard to take him out. The amount of pressure, he's just bullying people.
Ooh, that was a nice atonement there from Chronic. You see that? That's the slap you talked about earlier. Stuns you momentarily. And you got all 3 members there of Enix, minus, I believe, the healer was in the back there, just sitting by that relic. Here comes Noble, waiting for his team to get in position. We're down to 35 seconds. We talked about this going down to territory. That looks like it's going to happen.
Yeah, unfortunately, while he was waiting for his team to get there, he took some shots from the outside, more than likely from Trader and Empiric, that just brought that relic shield down to 0. So now they're going to have to recoup. Noble trying to make a push, but, man, isolated. Look at by 3 members of Enix and out of the ring. You don't want to pick it up at 0, Sil. Look at that blowback.
Yeah, that is a costly, costly error right there. 10 seconds on the clock. Here we go. Enix, can you get on the board? Eternal, though, coming up with a relic with a nice relic dash. He does get stopped. Chronic GG, good dump off there to Trader. Trader dashes and throws it, and Enix is going to take game 3.
Great play by Enix, and they utilized the pass at the last seconds, which was clutch. Man, good job by Enix finding their path. They were down 2 games.
They found a way.
Now we got a series.
Now it's a game,
Now
folks.
it's a game.
Now it's a game, and the commissioner's like, man, why did we go to 7? But that's okay, folks. We're going to be playing this as much as it takes to see who will be the winner here in our King of the Hill matchup. You saw Enix take down Firehorse last week. This week, Enix is the reigning champion, I should say. They lost the first 2 games to Noble, but now here on the Shrine of Oros, they come back to life. And check out, you are watching the AR version of Graven, our brand new warrior here in Breakaway.
Giant.
He is able to play, not in your house, but you can play him in Breakaway when you download the alpha, which you can do by going to playbreakaway.com. It is live
Playable now,
so you can start your download. By the time this match is over, you will be able to play some Breakaway. You going to be playing tonight?
I'm going to do my best to play tonight, Sil.
That is a classic non-committal right there.
That is a non-committal. We do work on the game. Sometimes it's hard to get on.
All right, we are going to go back to the Dreadshore right now. This is Game 4 in a best-of-7 series. The score right now is Noble 2 and Enix 1. Tell us what you think in the chat. Who do you think is going to pull it out? Do you think it's going to be Enix? Do you think it's going to be Noble? I'm seeing a lot of emoticons.
Emojis. Emoticons.
Emoticons, that's what it was.
There it is.
Emoticons coming from both teams. Seeing the Noble emoticon. Seeing the emotes, rather. Sorry, being corrected here.
Emotes.
It's Leviosa, Mike. Seeing the Condog emote right now on the Twitch chat. Full Metal, what's up, buddy? Thanks for watching. There is the, what is that? That is the Archist 181. People are locking in the picks right now. Daikao, shout out to you. And it looks like Eternal is going to switch to Galleon, maybe because he died a little bit too much there as Graven. Got a little too aggressive. He's now going for the tanky healer. What do you think about that?
Not quite sure. You know what? I don't think the strategy was necessarily bad. It's just no one was running with him. You got to be very careful trying to be a hero on those isolated breakaways, because with the shield and your relic dash, yeah, you do get a good amount of real estate, but it's a lot of real estate to cover if you're going to try to score, so you need a pass. Passing is critical. You move the relic faster when you're passing. So if you had a buddy, call him your relic buddy. Could have moved a lot faster, had some opportunities in lanes.
System.
It is.
There you go.
You know, don't go out alone.
There it is.
Go with a buddy.
The Sweet Bro, shout out to you. Shout out to Resolve. He thinks that Enix is going to win it.
Oh, the comeback.
The comeback. You heard it here first. What's your pick? Who are you thinking? I didn't ask you.
You know what? I think this is going to be maybe not decisive. I've seen things swing. It's the team that goes back to that adapted meta.
On. Who's it going to go? Enix?
Who's it going to be?
Noble? Which one?
I don't know. I'm still convinced Smurf Pop has an advantage, like his skill and his ability.
So you're saying Noble?
I'm saying Noble, because we've only seen Enix get those territory wins and those pushes on that team fight-oriented map. But what happens when you have a little bit more mobility like you do in Dreadshore and in Atala Prime?
I'm going to agree with the pig that cried Re. Noble is going to win this one. Unfortunately, I apologize, Enix. You know you're my boy, Icon, but I don't know. Dreadshore, they did a very good job here. The rotation right now on the maps is in favor of Noble. I think we're going to see him take down Dreadshore right now to win game 4, and then I think we're going to go into a game 5 situation. I think on Atala Prime, I think we're going to see Noble again.
So what's shocking to me, because of the Galleon pick, yeah, you do get heals and sustains, but you lose some of that damage dealing, so that puts extra, you know, pressure on Smurf Pop to deliver. And
True
Trader.
that. And look at that. You see 2 members now down on Eanix. Here comes Noble with the Relic there. Tried to push up the right side, did get stopped. Now Noble back has the action there. Icon trying to put down that wall to stop him. He's running there, racing against Eternal, playing his Galleon to drop that wall as fast as possible just to block that right lane there. And now we are seeing action happening on Noble. You see the healer go down. That's young Blue Jay. He's out for 4 more seconds. Eternal looking pretty low on health as well. Remember, Galleon cannot self-heal with his Tranquility ability. It only heals his of his allies. He has to use Serenity to self-heal, which is, again, that right mouse button or defensive ability of Galleon.
But it's not a flash heal. It's a heal over time, and it can be interrupted, meaning like his heal won't continue to get up. Like you can just attack that barrier and prevent his healing to actually occur.
There's and you're seeing it right there from Eternal. He was using, basically that's exactly what happened, Mike. You saw Eternal bow down there with Serenity, gain that health, and he got flanked, so he was interrupted on his heal. He forced to then get up and retreat.
Ooh, good Ragnarok by 7 as he's trying to clear some space for his team, but look at Icon just getting into the melee himself.
Yeah, Icon definitely has resulted back to going with Thorgrim. Seems to be working for Enix. It's definitely working for him. And now Eternal has the Relic, though, does dash it out to clear it, but it doesn't look like there's anyone else there on Noble. Noble, we saw him in the first 2 games do a great job of being just very map aware and be aware of their teammates and play these great passing lanes and opening up good moves, and I'm just not seeing that in these past 2 games, both this one and the previous one.
Yeah, they need to up the communication and make sure they don't have multiple players sitting on top of the Relic. Open up, make people commit to attacks in different spaces.
All right. There's Trader now with the Relic. He is all alone, doing his best Celine Dion impression all by himself. And it looks like young Blue Jay is going to potentially pick up that Relic, but not before we switch over to Smurf Pop, who's just laying some waste. But he's very, very low on health, forced to use the jet jump just to evade, but it's not enough. Trader, he does the killing blow.
It does. Trader's been keeping an eye on Smurf Pop, trying to harass him whenever possible.
And Eternal goes down as well. He's out now for 10 seconds. So again, Enix leading in the kill situation right now. Here comes Empiric there, off to Chronic.
Oh!
Chronic with the dunk. Booyah!
You know, I'll go back to my previous statement before you made me make the picks. It was whoever was going to get back to the passing was the team that you got to look out for. And now we're starting to see it come back alive for Enix.
Enix looking pretty good right now.
And I just love seeing that dunk from Galleon.
The dunks are sick, man. That's definitely a nice addition there to Breakaway.
Big shout outs to Great Trip. Dunks are his baby.
How do you dunk for those at home who have no idea?
You jump into the portal area or the relay, or you dash into it, or you do a walk-in carrying the Relic. And that'll give you a variety of different dunks.
There it is. We see the Relic there right at the midline of the ship, a little bit closer to Team Enix. And Chronic doing a good job there, just trying to clear that Relic. But it does get intercepted, though, from Noble. Again, Noble, one of the most vicious leaders of Team Noble. Well, hence the name. Noble 7 doing a good job there. But again, unlike before when we saw him in Game 1, the rest of his team was just not there.
They need to have that coordination. He needs at least one buddy to go with him if he's going to push that hard. Because look what happens. You drew 3 members of Enix over to where you were, and if you had a passing lane open to the left, that's open space to make a run, to make a breakaway.
That was a beautiful Skyfall, though, that we just saw Eternal do, though. You had 3 members. He was getting tagged. His teammate was getting hit 3-on-1. Skyfall's in, stuns them all. Able to let Noble just run out of there. But to your point, Mike, you got to have that Relic Buddy. If we learn nothing else from tonight's Throwdown Thursday episode, it is the power of the Relic Buddy.
You need someone to go with you to carry that Relic. It wants to go in its home. Deliver it to its home self.
With your friend.
With your buddy.
Your Relic Buddy. Hashtag Relic Buddy.
Hashtag Relic Buddy.
Here comes Icon with his Relic Buddy, Empiric.
And they secure the red buff, so now the attack damage increase of 15% for their entire team for at least the next 30 seconds.
All right, Chronic getting about half health right now. You can see that if you look up at the screen on the portrait. F5, that is Chronic. He looks like he's now down to about a third of a health, but you look over there on Eternal F3, he's got no health. He's out. Trader putting in work right now on Eanix.
And they're totally collapsing on 7. If he goes solo, they're aware of it, and they're just crushing him to make sure he can't do any pressure. Remember, if you try to pick up that relic and it has 0 shield, you're going to take heavy damage.
And you definitely got to worry about, like, if you are Noble, you don't want to get into team fights when the opposing team has the damage buff.
Not at all.
So I think I would play a little bit more defensive than we're seeing right now. Here comes Trader with control of the relic, uses that dash to gain ground. The dash is on cooldown though, so you got to be careful if you're going to use it early. It means you're not going to be able to use it when you're closer to your opponent's base, and you're seeing all these X's there on the map on the right side of your screen. Those are buildables. And you got to assume that when you're closer to your opponent's relay, which is at the top of the bottom of the map, those are probably like ballistas, or you're going to see some starlight buildables. So really powerful defensive turret structures that you're just going to want to watch out for.
Ooh, they weren't going to allow Chronic to heal up, so they started attacking him the minute that he went into Serenity.
Ooh, look at that. Smurf Pop goes down again. If we could pull up the kill count right now, I'm curious to see Trader. I think he's going to be winning this match. Look at that. 4 kills, 0 deaths, 2 assists to Smurf Pop 2-2-0. So definitely doing a good job there, Trader. You are keeping good pace, if not, some would say, besting the best of Kyra, which is Smurf Pop currently.
And you can see the difference in their builds. Trader opted for his second item to build health. That's so he could last longer in those fights. And he also has the gold advantage, which is allowing him to outpace Smurf Pop in attack damage.
Yeah, they got to pay a little bit more attention on Trader because he's doing just vicious backline attack right now, taking down pretty much everybody. Here you see Noble 7 with the relic. Does get hit from an atonement from Chronic. You got Trader backing him up there.
Ooh, wrung out, man.
And there's slight push, but now we can see those defensive turrets. And we talked about, you get the Ballista, you got the Starlight. You got to watch out for this, though. Here comes Noble now going on the right side. You saw all the buildables on the left. Throws the relic out because there's only 7 seconds left to go. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Noble's like he's going to get this territory situation. And yes, he does. Give it up for Noble. They come up with the win right there. I wasn't even watching the clock. I was too caught up in the action. And it looks like, you know what, I wasn't the only one.
But you know what? It was almost a critical mistake by Noble because when he was trying to freeze it out of bounds, guess where the relic shows back up? Last known position, where it was on the map. It was right into the lap of Chronic, which just unfortunately wasn't able to do anything with it.
All right, we are starting out round 3 right now in game numero 4. That's right, you are watching ESPN the 8, the Ocho.
The Ocho. So tier 4 item buys from both teams. We do see the gold advantage definitely going to the Enix side. They got 2 legendary tier items, health and attack damage, on Chronic and on Trader. They're also going pretty deep into their second item buys.
Look at the gold differential right now. Chronic, Trader, Empiric topping the leaderboard there. But Smurf Pop doing a good job there. He is breaking the streak right now for Enix, so all 4 of them do not get to go up on top. As we're seeing, Empiric right now with the control of the relic does toss it off there by the wall that is the Thorgrim Ice Wall. That is the buildable of Thorgrim. As we twitch over right now to Trader, who activates that Ocean's Fury ultimate ability, gets hit by an atonement, and he goes down right before
They
our
were
very
going
eyes.
after Trader. Did you see how much gold he got popped for? So if you're on a streak and you're on fire and then you get killed, you're worth a lot of gold to anybody around, especially that opposing team. And Trader just gave a lot of gold up to the Noble team.
Yeah, they were doing a nice job there on Noble coordinating. They wanted to get their attack synced up there. And now we're seeing the relic very well inside Enix territory, but they got all these buildables that Noble's going to have to worry about again. And if you're watching us now, Noble's in blue, Enix is in red. And we are seeing Icon getting targeted now for termination.
Great pressure.
Icon forced to retreat, gaining some health now. Chronic now with the relic, able to take it for his teammate, throws it back, tries to clear it as much as possible. But 7 now with control of the relic. He throws it right back into the malaise of buildable structures that is the Enix's base.
I gotta say, the back line of Noble is playing too far back. So if there's a fumble, if the relic gets thrown ahead, they're not in a position to pick it up and actually make a significant play, and Noble 7's out there by himself.
Yeah, we're seeing 7 right now with the relic. Right before the relic shield expires, he does able to throw the relic, but not before Empiric can take it. brings it mostly back to midfield. Here comes 7 again, throwing that relic to midfield. Does get caught up in that wall, so Icon's feeling pretty good that he shut down that left lane right there. And you're seeing Noble 7 right now getting some work done. He has to activate his shield, though. That's the shield wall, the defensive ability of Thorgrim, just to gain a little bit more ground. There is the Rib Splitter action. Every warrior in Breakaway has multiple abilities. They have 1 defensive ability, 2 attack abilities, and the ultimate ability. So 4 total different abilities they can do, and each one is on a cooldown as you use it. So there's Chronic GG right now. He is playing as Galleon, which is more of our paladin type healer, a little bit more of a tanky healer, if you will. And we're seeing in the distance there Blue Jay, which is the closest to the relic right now, except for Eternal, who just jumped in. But Blue Jay is the other healer in Breakaway. That is Ilona, which is more of a straight support type healer. Pretty squishy, but has a great deal of healing that she can do to her allies and herself.
So what I'm seeing from both teams, when they're not in these team fights, they're kind of like, you know, jockeying for position, who can get the relic. But the run-in, to me, it almost seems like an I formation, where they're kind of lining up all behind each other, as opposed to moving laterally and opening up these passing opportunities.
All right, here we are down to 33 seconds left to go. Center line is effect. Here comes 7 now, doing a good job there, dashing to gain more ground. This is a territory situation now. Both teams playing for territory. You got to get that relic on your opponent's side of the line if you are going to win when time expires. We're down to 18 seconds now, 17 on the clock. Here we see Chronic has the relic. He's got to get it across that line, but not before young Blue Jay doing a great job of bringing the relic even deeper into Enix territory. 7 seconds now on the clock. Last-ditch effort here from Enix. Everyone's running in. They don't care about the health, but not before Eternal does it. And once again, Noble coming up with the territory win.
You know what's happening is they're whittling everybody's shield down to where if an Enix player tries to pick it up, they're going to get in a world of hurt. They're going to take double damage and then get blown out, which potentially means out of the play.
I agree with the sweet bro. Enix needs to get in the flying V formation, Mike.
Yes, they need to, like, you know, call on the spirits of Emilio Estevez and say, I need to do the flying V right now. Let's set up some passing.
Smurf Mop still doing a good job there. He is now sustaining his situation in the number 3. And oh, I spoke too soon. Look at that. Oh, wait. The net worth is jumping left and right here, folks. But once again, it looks like it is a battle for 3rd and 4th place on net worth, with Chronic and Trader doing a great job there of securing the 1 and 2 spots. They're doing a great deal of damage, doing a good job of just taking up those gold, building those items. And as you get more and more gold, that's more items you can build and the more you can scale.
Just to call it out, Sil, Noble did a great job of securing buffs last round. I think they got at least over half of them. And again, now we see they have the attack damage buff, which has been helping them in these team fights to sustain a little bit more damage and a little bit more presence against Enix.
Yeah, and look at it, man. Smurf Pop F2 on the top left of your screen. He's on fire. That's
Good
3 kills at least without dying. So he's back in form. Chronic very low on health, forced to use Serenity at the last second, and he's able to come up with his own life. That is impressive.
Now, that would have been a time it would have been nice to have a Graven on the field to really negate that Serenity heal.
All right, we are seeing Noble 7 right now. 7's got the relic. He is going left side. Good dump off there to Eternal. Eternal is dumping there, throwing it closer to midfield, just about in Enix territory, I should say, so just past midfield. But the relic is basically good job there of Enix throwing it back to the center of the action there with 2 minutes and 12 seconds left to go. This is game 4, round 4 of a best of 7 series with Noble up 2, Enix with 1.
Ooh, fantastic Skyfalls coming from the Galleon players on both teams. Real hard to initiate, and they're trying to combo directly into Atonement. That's so they can cause some CC and free up opportunities for their teammates to advance the relic.
All right, you saw Empiric there try to throw the relic up to his teammate, but his teammate decided not to accept the pass. One of the new features here in Breakaway is you have to now click the right mouse button to pick up the relic, and you have to actually actively catch the pass as well.
And if you catch it within 3 frames of you making contact with the relic, whether it's catching an interception, or a pass from a teammate, you get a small burst of speed. You might have noticed that in some of the plays during the course of these 3 matches.
All right, we are following the action right now around Empiric, who did catch up that relic, brings it back to midfield. We're at 1 minute, 10 seconds left to go. 3 ways to win in Breakaway if you're just joining us. The first way to win is you take that relic, that's the glowing ball. You bring that into your opponent's base. Second way to win is you wipe out the other team before they can respawn. You can look at the health bars there on F5, 6, 7, and 8 on the top right of your screen. You can see they're pretty low on health with F8, who just died and just came back to life. That is Trader, who is playing as Kyra, one of our, if you will say, sniper warriors here in Breakaway. The third way to win is under a minute to go. You will see a center line appear on the map, which is now active, and you got to keep that relic on your opponent's side of the map before time expires. The past 2 rounds have gone to Noble because they have done just that. We're about to see if we're going to get a trifecta here with 32 seconds left to go here. Game 4 on the line for Noble if they're able to keep the relic on the side of Eanix. Here comes 7, doing just that. Beautiful job all the way up to the right side. Does a nice juke past Icon and almost gets the relic into the relay.
He needed a buddy still. He got so close. He put it on the doorstep.
Yeah, just a bad vector there on the throw. You have to now get precision. The relic has to land inside the portal. There's no more crossing the plane, but it might not matter because Young Blue Jay is going to keep that relic and burn it for that 2 seconds. And there it is, Noble taking the Dread Shore in Game 1 and now in Game 4. They are up 3 games to 1. This is now a match point situation as we move into game numeral 5, Game 5 on Atala Prime.
And that was a comeback, right? They were down 1-0 and they just brought it back with multiple territory wins.
Yeah, 3 territory wins, back to back.
But they were getting really close to scores, and in that final as we approach the final stanza, are they going to adapt back to their previous games where they had the passing and the interplay?
Yeah, I mean,
I hope to see it.
Smurf Pop did 21,000 damage right there.
His skills are phenomenal. Watching both he and Trader, the way that they like to use like left shift to change their jump arc to sneak in that air attack and immediately get to the ground so they can immediately fire a basic attack from the ground. It's phenomenal. They're able to put a lot of hurt very quickly on people.
It kind of reminds me when I used to go to laser tag. You ever play laser tag? You go in there, you see all these kids like doing the whole like dancing thing, so you couldn't hit the sensor. That's what I see when I see that as Kyra. No?
Well, yeah, sure, that's great. That's awesomely crazy.
All right, you are watching Breakaway here on Throwdown Thursday. This is our online test where we are showing the first ever online match that we are spectating here from our Coliseum of Judgment, our home-based studio here in Orange County, right here located in the Amazon Game Studios Development Center. You can see the team right behind us. If you want to follow us on all of our social channels, hop on over to facebook.com/playbreakaway, @playbreakaway on Twitter, or youtube.com/playbreakaway. You are already watching us on twitch.tv/playbreakaway, and we are very grateful for that. If you want to smash that like button, that is the heart up there at the top to follow us. And check this out. Who came into the studio today? The man himself, Graven.
This guy, Graven. Wow, look at that spear still.
See, Dual Spirals agrees with me, man. He says clearly they got all their Kyra skills from laser tag. See, I agree. All right, here we go. Game 5, Atala Prime. This is match point here for Noble and Blue. If they are able to take this, 3 rounds makes you a winner here, and they will be the new reigning champion, and they will become the next king of the hill, and so which means we will see them next week on Throwdown Thursday.
So we're looking at a mirror match still.
You are correct, sir. We have a mirror situation right now. Both teams playing a fairly balanced comp there. I like seeing Galleon in the mix now on these. We're seeing a lot of Galleon action here. He is the newest healing warrior. We talked about him last game. He is more of a tanky healer, so you want to call him a paladin. That's okay by us. You see Icon right now playing as the tank Thorgrim. He was very low on health, forced to use his Ragnarok there as an escape maneuver, which is pretty nice. But it looks like
a lot of pressure that's coming in from the Noble team.
Yeah,
and look at Noble 7. He's trying to go solo. He might get a shot from the outside, but intercepted by Icon.
Yeah, Icon doing a great job right there. Dumps it off to Trader, who clears the relic, basically back all the way to midfield. And here comes Chronic. GG does get the back toss victim, though. 7 doing a good job there on that back toss. That's one of the abilities of Thorgrim, who now passes it upfield right now. And it looks like Empiric is going to take that relic. And back and forth action right now here in game numeral. I keep saying numeral, I don't know why. But back here in game 5, this is round 1 in a best of 7 series.
Yeah, it's because we're coming to you live from Orange County. Everything's awesome down here, especially that heat. Now here's Chronic making a move. He's got Icon. If Icon can just break away from that combat, not get the bloodlust.
Chronic, good dump off there to Empiric, but it does get stopped on the
Oh,
rebound,
the
though.
shot!
Look at that rebound from Chronic. Let's check this replay out. This is amazing, and the power of the Relic buddy. He had 2 buddies there. Empiric gets stopped. Chronic picks it up, jumping throw. It's like he's Steve Young with the jump and pass, and bam, gets that Relic.
But the way he's pulling down boards like Dennis Rodman, he just saw it come his way. He was able to snatch it, go to the outside. Fantastic moves. What pressure coming in early on from Enix. I love the plays, love the passing.
There we go. We got a game now, folks. Eanix on the board here on Atala Prime. Last time they played in Game 2 on Atala Prime, they got swept 3-0. Now we're seeing Eanix come in there with some beautiful moves and great team play. What do we see with the weapons and the item buys here, Mike?
I see a lot of Tier 2 items that are being purchased. Some Tier 3 items, actually both Chronic and Eternal, their Galleons have Tier 3 healing. So, or not healing, I'm sorry, health. So they want them to sustain a lot of damage while they're out there just doing lots of disrupting and healing their teams. Look, here's Chronic's trying to make a move back up to Icon.
Oh, here comes Icon. Did get hit, though. Look at all those defensive buildables right now. You're going to have both teams, neither team is really paying a lot of attention to the buildables, allowing both teams to scale. Every Warrior in Breakaway has a buildable. Every round they get to place a new buildable, which is why you're seeing Smurf Pop do a good job there. First thing he does, he places down that Ballista. Second round, and he puts down another one. And there you see it. And there's a healing shrine. That's the buildable of Alona. So both teams doing a good job there with their buildables. I would say Enix getting a little bit aggressive there. Trader putting his buildable a little bit too close. I would say you're much better off making much more of a defensive stand as what they have right now, which is they kind of have a creeping buildable strategy going on right now. We'll see if that pays off, as it looks like a push was about to happen there from Noble, but does get stopped. And now we're seeing Chronic go upfield. Good dump off there to Empiric. Empiric tries to throws it back to Chronic. Chronic did not accept that pass. He picks it up again, though. Dumps it off to Icon. Icon with the dash. Gets a fistful of Ballista.
And
followed
pays
up
the
by a
price.
Starlight. And that is why you need to focus on buildables, folks.
That's right, because you know what? He had enough Relic Shield to get hits from the players, but those Ballistas, that's another story. Those actually contributed to him fumbling right on the doorstep and a good push out by Noble.
Ooh, Noble.
Oh.
Noble 7-7 almost had that ring out there with the rib splitter, but thankfully Icon found his footing, was able to hang on. Here comes Chronic with control of the Relic. He decides to wait a little bit for his team to get in position, as Noble does a good job there fighting underneath the healing shrine of Enix and taking it out.
You know, Trader and Smurf Pop, they need to make some decisions about what's going on with the buildables. They have the range damage. They could take just a minute to go outside of the fight, take out 1 or 2 of those things, and put the pressure on the other team to stop a rush.
And it looks like the buildables are doing some good work, but it may not be enough. Empiric has the Relic. He brings it back to midfield. He's on a breakaway. Everyone's trying to catch up with him. Does a good job with that Relic dash. And it looks like 7, though, able to take it up for Team Noble and bring it back to midfield with 1 minute and 22 seconds left to go here. This is Game 5, Round 2.
Now it looks like they're just playing a game of Pong right now. No one's willing to commit. They want their Relic Shield to be up. Looks like 7, he's still trying to press the action solo. He needs his buddy to run with him, but right now, all 3 members are clustered together on the back line, which seem to be out of the play.
Yeah, they're definitely not focusing enough, as we're seeing time tick down to 57 seconds right now. You're seeing the center line in effect, which means it's now a territory situation. Both teams allow buildables to scale in their bases, which means these battles have been going down to the wire there, making it more and more about territory.
Good
Here's
pass.
Young Blue Jay there to 7. 7 going right side by himself. Does get hit, dumps it back to Eternal, who gets hit with the Relic Shield expiring. He blows back, and you got 32 seconds left to go. This could be Enix's advantage right now. Here comes Chronic with the Relic. He's going to dump off to, I think that's Icon. Icon in the mix, in the mumble, and can he get out of it? Trader's got the Relic, clears it. 19 seconds on the clock. No Relic Shield for Enix. They must wait for that to come back. Here comes Smurf Pop. Smurf Pop about to get popped. Young Blue Jay coming up with the Relic, throws it upfield with 10 seconds. 9, 8, count it down with me, chat. 7, 6.
What a
Here
pass!
comes Empiric to Trader. A Trader all on his own. Throws the Relic, 2 seconds left. Smurf Pop gets hit with Atonement. That's going to be it. Enix skins this one.
Wow. The passing. They needed that. That was incredible. Just a series of passes to slowly advance it and some clutch slides when they needed them. Fantastic job from Enix. And
look,
oh man,
look how
they're
the
coming back.
tides have changed, Mike. The first time we saw Atala Prime, Noble swept Eanix 3-0. Now this could be a reverse of fortune here.
You got to remember your focus. Sometimes it's hard without a coach yelling in your ear, telling you like, hey, you got to concentrate on these things. I know sometimes you guys get the bloodlust or you're huddled around trying to protect one team member. What's most important is advancing that relic and making sure the other team gets disrupted.
All right, we are seeing Seven right now go up the elevator there.
Oh.
And he's joined by Chronic, which takes that relic saying, thank you. And he decides to take it all the way to the other side of the map before he dumps it off and gets it back. He's continuing his trek back to the left side as everyone's fighting on the right. He's all by himself. I'm not sure what's going on here. Chronic's just enjoying a nice little stroll there. Seven finally catches up to him. He takes that relic right around midfield. He's going to dash it by to the green buff there. He is taking it. That's the health buff. Here comes Chronic. Chronic very low on health. He goes down right in front of us from Young Blue Jay. Blue Jay, though, able to get that relic off to Seven. Seven dumps it to Eternal. Eternal now with control of the relic back to Seven. Seven's going to throw it. Doesn't hit, though, and Empiric quickly able to take out that relic, use those stairs there on Atala Prime to bring the relic all the way back to midfield, where Seven's trying to fend off against 4 defenders, basically all of Eanix.
That's
he
right.
uses that Ragnarok ability, but it's not going to be enough, and the relic is now back in Noble territory.
You know, I got to say, I can't co-sign that previous play. It's like, why would you throw the relic forward right next to a ramp, allowing the opposing team to get an easy slide out down through the tide pools?
You just get caught up in it, man. It's hard to think about all these things. It's
Well,
hard to think, man.
Got to get your head on a swivel. Got to get right.
You need 4 eyes to play Breakaway. You got all 4 members of Noble there in the gold rankings. Top charts right there. That is in favor certainly of Noble, means they can buy more items, which means eventually they will snowball, which is surprising considering Eanix is winning 2-0 right now. So if this goes to a round 5, it's going to be an advantage of Noble. Good pass there. Does get intercepted, unfortunately, so maybe not that good of a pass. Over to Young Blue Jay, who goes up the elevator with Icon,
pass.
but he avoids them.
Good
Smurf
pass.
Top
Good.
off to Eternal.
Oh, he couldn't pull the
back
trigger.
cross.
What happened? It
Ah.
was right on the doorstep. Was he trying to be fancy? Go for the layup.
Performance anxiety right there, and unfortunately, it looks like Eanix was able to come up with it, brings it back to midfield. Seven tried his best to try to get a rebound there to bring another pressing attack, but it's not going to be enough, and now it looks like the health buff actually went to Eanix.
Oh, Sil, what can we say about that last play on for the score? It was so close. They were on the doorstep. He just couldn't pull the trigger. Now we can see if they can Eternal already blew his relic dash, so even if they make another push, he still has to wait at least 25 seconds now before that's back up.
Yeah, you get the relic shield out on Eanix. They got to wait for that, but Chronic picks it up anyway. Very low health of the relic shield on Eanix. It's at 40 right now. It's slowly regenerating. Smurf Pop with control of the relic. Uses the jet jump, but without the relic.
He forgot to grab it. You still got to manually grab it if you're going to try the Godspeed.
And it looks like Eternal now coming up with that relic, going back up the elevator, but does lose the relic before he does it. That's a costly mistake. We're down to 50 seconds left to go. Territory in effect. The relic is right around midfield. You have to get that relic onto your opponent's side before time expires. The relic is right there in the heart of Enix's side, so Eanix needs to take that relic from Seven and bring it off to their side before time expires.
Here.
But it looks like Noble's going to dump it
pass!
off to Smurf Pop.
What a pass!
Wow!
That's why you run with a buddy, Sil. Did you see how he opened up that lane? He could take some of the early shots, gets into a position to dunk this sucker right in.
There it is. Back in the sway. Noble on the board with a beautiful relic buddy pass. The
With
power of the relic buddy.
With Authorita right there, Sil.
Hashtag relic buddy.
And look at, because of that gold gain, look at tier 4 armor, tier 4 health, tier 4 attack damage for both Young Blue Jay and Smurf Pop. And Smurf Pop, guess what he's doing? He's building demo. He is thinking about those buildables
He
and
heard you,
opening
man.
lanes.
He
Yes.
heard you.
Because guess what? Those buildables are also gold.
There's gold in them there buildables.
Get more equipment, scale your character, do more damage, etc., etc. And here we go. Look at similar
Smurf
play.
Pop with Seven as his relic buddy. Trader is going to intercept it, though. He is the friend buddy blocker. And now he's going all the way back to midfield. He's on a breakaway. Can anyone catch up? Trader. Looks like Eternal does hit Atonement. That slows him down, stuns him momentarily. Seven able to take the relic back in action. We got a game on our hands.
That's
Here
right.
comes Seven throwing that relic back towards the Enix side of the map. Here comes Empiric with the Relic, bringing it back to the other side, trying to change directions here. Icon with the Relic right now. He's got his Relic buddy in the wing, waiting for Chronic, but it's not going to be enough because Eternal comes up with the Relic, changing the direction of things right now. And then you got a 4-on-1 situation. No Relic buddy for him. That's not going to be good. 7 coming back with a Relic. Looks like he's going to switch possessions here, switch directions as well. He's going to throw it over the wall where it's greeted by Chronic. That's the danger of throwing it over the wall. You don't know who's on the other side.
I'm not sure that's actually a smart play, too, because when you throw it forward, you're also reducing your Relic shield, number 1. Number 2, you're taking yourself out of the play. You're putting it at least, like, 10 meters in front of you when you could just throw the Relic straight up into the air and then just defend it. Just play on top of it, especially as a tank.
I think that's good advice, especially because if you're playing the game in the player perspective, you don't have the advantage like we have here as spectator where you can see what's on the other side of the wall too. So if you're not communicating well with your teammates, you don't know that there's 3 members of Enix on the other side of that wall, that's like you're getting a three-way penalty right there. And here's 7 just waiting to get in position. He's burning out a little bit of the clock. Trader's getting in there. He's taking the bait.
Again, why throw the Relic in that? Why not pass it down to your teammates or ignore the high road? Now you just gave this outlet to Empiric, who now just pushed it to midfield.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. I think there is a breakdown in communication here on Team Noble, but it looks like Chronic's doing a great job there. He is using Serenity beautifully. If you guys want to learn how to play Galleon, you want to know how to really use Serenity, I highly recommend you guys watch this match on the VOD. Check out Chronic, because he is definitely doing a really good job timing that. Here we go, an attack run there for Noble, gets foiled by Enix as they are trying their best to try to bring this into a Game 6 situation.
Yeah, they didn't have coordination on that play. All of them have basically stampeded. They flooded the right side, but there's so many opportunities on the left because that Starlight is actually not going to cause a fumble. It will be annoying.
Ooh, look at that. Icon dropping the wall right before 7 can get across it. But it doesn't matter. He's going to dump it off to his friend, the Relic buddy, Eternal. Takes that Relic, does a little shimmy. That is the Carlton, if I'm correct. Actually, we probably can't say that through the trademark. That is the dance.
The Alfonso Riviera dance. But now it's all tied up still.
Yes, this is still a match point situation
do
for
or die.
Noble.
Do or die.
If Noble wins this, they become the victors. And if Enix wins it, we go into Game 6. So if you are rooting for the blue, you want to see the score, the victory. If you're rooting for more Throwdown Thursday action, you're going to be cheering for the red team in Team Enix. If you're just joining us, you are watching Breakaway. Breakaway is a 4v4 team battle sport where 2 squads collide in intense competition with 3 ways to win. The first way is taking that glowing sphere. That is known as the ball or the relic. You want to bring that into your opponent's base, throw it inside the portal or relay, and that's the first way to score in this game. The second way is you annihilate the other team before they can respawn, and the third way is you keep the relic on your opponent's side of the map when time expires. Every round has 4 minutes, and in this round situation here, round 5, there are 3 minutes and 18 seconds left to go. Game 5, round 5, here on Throwdown Thursday, best of 7 series between the reigning champions, Enix, in our King of the Hill clash for September, versus the newcomer, Noble.
And in this decisive round 5, the Relic Shield is now almost double its original value, and that has to scale with everyone getting stronger. So we should start seeing more plays, a little bit more risk from both teams. This is do or die still.
Do or die for Team Enix. We are seeing Icon now with the Relic. You look at the gold differential here, certainly in favor of Team Noble in blue. They are almost 10,000 gold more than Enix. And you look at there, the top 4 members of the gold net worth triangle or chart, whatever. You got Smurf Pop, Blue Jay, Eternal, and 7 doing a great job there.
Yeah, we see everyone Noble trying to advance it, and Noble 7 is actually on fire. As a tank, he's on fire, so he's had more than 3 kills with no deaths. So he's actually worth a lot of gold to Enix if they have enough time to actually make buys, because this is the do or die round.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to focus on that, but look at the amount of buildables you see on Noble. That's all those blue X's at the bottom of the map there on the right side of the screen. Look at that. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There are 11 X's near their base. There is no way that Enix is going to get through that. So they're either going to force a team wipe or they're going to have to take it to territory, which we have seen more territory wins in this Throwdown Thursday match than I think we've ever seen before.
That's right. I mean, they're trying to fight fire with fire. We're seeing a mirror match. Mirror matches can go really crazy really early on, but we started to see more adjustments during the courses of these rounds, as far as like the passing game has evolved, I'm interested to see what Eternal's doing right now, just throwing it back upfield.
Yeah, I think they're just waiting for the clock to go close. I think right now, I think both teams, as you mentioned, Mike, evenly matched. Trader's out for 8 seconds on his respawn. That's F7 on the top right of the screen. And I think both teams are just waiting for, maybe I speak a little too soon. Smurf Pop looking like he's trying to make a move right there. Does get stopped by Empiric, doing a beautiful defensive move there. Bringing the Relic back to midfield. Does cost him about half his health, though. So you're going to want to watch out for that because we are almost at 1 minute. It's 1 minute, 4 seconds there on the clock. We are seeing the center line now appears, and you got to cross that center line. So right now, Noble is in winning position right now if they're able to keep the Relic on this side of the map before time expires with 50 seconds there on the clock. You're seeing 7 there with the Relic, uses the Relic dash to go further into Enix's territory. He's not thinking territory, he's going for the win. Does get hit by an atonement though from Chronic, so that puts him in his tracks.
Ooh.
The Relic shield expires, making Smurf Pop kind of explode backwards there. Here's now Empiric. This is the shot of Enix to stay alive right now. They lose their Relic shield, and both Relic shields are very low. You gotta wait for the shield to gain more and more strength before you're gonna pick it up. You're seeing both teams right now, 19 seconds there on the clock. Again, do or die situation for Enix. They gotta cross that Relic over the line right now. You are rooting for the red team. You're rooting for them to bring that Relic across the line. 9 seconds there on the clock. Here we're seeing both teams right at midfield.
No
but
shield.
It's definitely in favor of Team Noble right now. 2 seconds. You got 3 members of Enix, but they can't do it. And there's your new champions. Team Noble brings it home. We will see them next week in the King of the Hill matchup.
We saw that minor slump, but then they came back. They found themselves, and look at Eternal. Almost
headbanging.
15K, almost 15K healing. Great passing, fantastic plays. Look at the KDAs and the gold earned, man, 45K. And look at Smurf Pop, 6-3-3. It was those early kills, that early kill advantage. He led all Warriors in KDA.
There you have it, folks. The first ever Throwdown Thursday done over the internet with players all over the United States. In addition to the first time ever, we've had a visitor here in the studio.
That's
that
right,
was not
virtual
live.
visitor.
A virtual visitor. Maybe we could throw back to that one more time, show off that spooky tech. Maybe. There he is.
Wow, look
Graven,
at him.
look at that.
Look at this guy.
Spooky tech in the house.
It's gigantic, this guy.
So if you want to play Breakaway, you want to play Graven, well, guess what? He is live now in the alpha. Hop on over to playbreakaway.com. You will then see the big button to sign up for alpha. Hit that button. Put in your Twitch ID. If you don't have one, you can create one right there from the website. And from there, you'll download the Twitch client. From there, you can just log in again with your Twitch ID that you did previously. You will be entitled to download Breakaway, and you will start playing in this alpha all weekend long.
That's right.
So everybody, follow us on our social channels. Go on there to facebook.com/playbreakaway, @playbreakaway on Twitter, youtube.com/playbreakaway, and of course, you're already on twitch.tv/playbreakaway. Please click the heart at the top. That will follow us, and it will notify us, and notify you, more importantly, every time we go live. We do this Throwdown Thursday thing every Friday at 5 o'clock here from Amazon Game Studios, Orange County, in the Coliseum of Judgment. And from all of us here at Amazon, I'm Mr. Sill.
And I'm Berserker Mike.
We will see you folks next week.